Hello, my name is Rich Talipsky, and I'm the chairman of the Portsmouth Economic Development Committee, the PEDC, and welcome to our series called It's the Economy. In this series, we're going to give you an idea of how the PEDC was established, what our charter entails, the projects that we've done, what we're doing now, and what we're going to do in the future. We're also going to give you some items on how the economy works in Portsmouth and how we can make it better. We hope you enjoy our series.
With me is Rich Talipsky, the chairman of the PEDC. Rich, how was the PEDC started and how was it formed?
Well, back in about 1992, the town's comprehensive plan had about a three-line thing in it that said form an economic development committee, and that's essentially what formed the committee.
Now, who does the committee actually work for?
Well, we work for the town council. We established a set of bylaws back in 2005, which established how our committee runs. We have a committee of 15 members, and our bylaws say that we work principally for the town council, but it also said that we can take on any economic issue that we deem necessary or the citizens identify to us.
Now, the Economic Development Committee obviously has to do something with economic development, but could you kind of explain that in terms of what it means to Portsmouth?
You know, the town runs on the economy, okay? Our budget is what we use to operate the entire town, give us all the services we need. So the economy is everything. You know, as long as the town can make enough revenue to pay all their bills, we're doing well. And that's what the economy is. All those things that go in one side of the equation to be able to pay all the services that we use for the town and provide to our citizens.
So economic development doesn't necessarily mean bringing in big box stores and things like that, right? I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do.
No, it doesn't. But you know, by far the largest share of our revenue is in property taxes right now. About 80% of our town budget is funded by property taxes, and that's a direct burden on the citizens. If we can offset that by bringing in businesses that actually add to the economy, add revenue, then we can reduce that burden of property taxes that are put on our citizens.
I suppose the key to that is some kind of balance, to try to have sustainable budgets so they're good year after year.
Yep, sustainability is one of the key things in our strategy, and you have to balance it against putting the burden of property taxes on the citizens against businesses. We know that the citizens command about $1.16 of every tax dollar that they provide. We also know that because businesses command a lot less services, businesses only use about 37 cents of the dollar of tax dollars that they provide. So the more businesses we have in town, the more revenue we get to offset that extra that's being commanded from our citizens.
So you're not really looking to tax businesses more. You're just saying that we get more revenues from the actual taxes that businesses do.
That's right. In fact,
pay.
the tax rate for businesses, property tax rate for businesses in the town is exactly the same as residences. And some other towns it's different. So if everything was equal, we should tax businesses less because they only use 37 cents in services. But the businesses understand that they have a responsibility to add to the community. So, you know, they accept that being an equal property tax burden as the citizen property owners.
Now, the thing is, economic development is one thing, but a lot of people in Portsmouth are concerned about quality of life. How does that fit into what the PEDC does?
That's one of the things that we hold as part of our economic strategy. People wouldn't think that quality of life will go into the economy, but it actually does, because it's actually one thing the citizens pay for with their property taxes. So you have to balance that against the other things that would encroach on the quality of life, like traffic, lots of housing developments, more people, things like that. So we have to make that balance between quality of life and actually gaining revenue.
But sometimes there are trade-offs to be made.
That's right. Like we said, you know, businesses actually add a lot of revenue, 63 cents on the dollar. So we have to be able to work with businesses. But we have a design review committee now that looks at how businesses are built, how they look, so they are integrated into the community, how much traffic they will use, things like that. We've also have zoning laws that cluster houses together, cluster zoning. So we have houses in a small development, but it maintains open space.
Sure. Well, how do you get input from normal citizens on what you guys are doing in the PEDC?
Well, until recently, it was really word of mouth. Citizens either called us or emailed us, and we've heard from them at town meetings. But more recently, we've done two things. We have continuous surveys that are on our website on various subjects, and we've also opened a Facebook page where people can communicate to us directly.
So I think probably one of the things that seems to be consistent with what you're doing is the more citizen input, the better.
Absolutely, absolutely. The town's economy is driven by the citizens and what they want. If they don't want a big box, they're not going to get it here. So we need to know what the citizens want, but they have to balance that against affordability. Unless you get revenue into the town, you can't pay for all the things you need to pay for, like fixing the street, operating the schools.
Yeah. Now, you said that there are 15 members of the PEDC. Who appoints the members? Can anybody in town become a member of the PEDC?
Yeah, any citizen of the town can become a member of the PEDC. All PEDC appointments are approved by the town council. All members have a 3-year appointment except one. We have established a youth representative, which is one of our high school students that comes in for 1 year and has full voting privileges. Anyone can apply. We have a vast array of talent. We have professional engineers, business people, retired businessmen. We have a chief financial officer that used to work at the Naval Undersea Warfare Center. So we think we have a pretty broad area of expertise in our 15 members.
Now, if the public or somebody from Portsmouth or even another town wanted to attend one of your meetings, could they?
Our meetings are open meetings. They're governed by the open meetings law of the state. You can go to the Portsmouth RI website, and our meetings are all listed there on the front page. So you can go there. They're normally held at the Portsmouth Town Hall, and anyone is welcome to attend.
Now, do you post your agendas as well about what's going to be discussed?
The open meetings laws say that your agendas have to be posted. So if you go on that, click on that thing on the Portsmouth website, you'll also be able to click on the agenda and know what we're going to talk about.
Okay. One other question about your membership. Who comprises the membership? How would you characterize the membership of the PEDC?
Well, like I said before, I think it's a pretty broad range of people who are in the community. Some people have said we have a lot of realtors and the realtors control the PEDC. That's not true. We actually have only 4 realtors of the 15 members. When people apply for vacancies, we take a look at that and we make recommendations to the town council to make sure we maintain that balance.
Essentially what you'd like to do is just encourage more people to get involved, at least, and express their opinions about what the PEDC is doing. I guess
that's correct. One of the things that I've done as chairman is to make sure that we maintain a balanced approach. Whenever we look at an issue, we want to make it balanced. We want to give people all the information on both sides of the story so that our citizens and our committee can make an informed decision. Yeah.
Another area I wanted to ask you about was the Director of Business Development in Portsmouth. Essentially is like an arm of the EDC who works out of the town hall. Could you discuss what that job entails?
Sure. Back in 2000, when we were working our economic development strategy, one of the things that we came up with to help out our businesses was to come up with a number of initiatives that would help businesses that were looking to the town. We had looked at a business base as opposed to the property tax base go from about 20% of the tax base in 1990 all the way down to a little bit above 10% of the businesses. And as I said before, those businesses give us a lot of revenue. So in 2000 we came up with a number of initiatives, one of which was to hire a full-time Director of Business Development. The town council authorized a part-time business development director, and we went out for bids and we interviewed a lot of people, and we were very fortunate to have Bill Clark as our business development director. He's been with us since 2002, and he's been exceptionally effective in kind of mitigating that decrease in the business base in the town.
What kind of plans do you have for the next year or two as far as PEDC projects?
Well, we're going to talk about all our various projects in the future. We'll talk about our Sustainable Energy Subcommittee, who's working hard on the wind turbine generator, but they have other initiatives. We have another part of our strategy that's looking at an overall strategy for the town in our economic strategy subcommittee, and we also have just formed a revenue generation subcommittee that's looking at ways we can generate revenue that can offset that property tax burden of the citizens of the town.
So it sounds like you guys have a pretty full plate. Now, how do you work with the town councils? I know they kind of come and go every 2 years. They're a little bit different. But how would you characterize your relationship with the town council generally?
Well, we have 2 town councilors that are liaisons to our committee. We're the only committee in town that has more than one. They regularly attend our meetings. And we also do an annual report to the town council every year in about the December time frame, where we actually tell the town council what we've done over the year and kind of get their direct inputs.
Now, is there any way to go back and look at past reports you guys have given to the town council?
You know, if you go to our website, which is portsmouthriedc.com, you can go and click on any of our past reports, and you can take a look at any of our annual reports.
I see you're getting into social media with your Facebook page. Guys must be fairly high on new technologies and trying to use the internet for as much as you can.
Well, we're trying. You know, we were the first town committee to have our own independent website. We funded it via some donated money, and it's become pretty popular. We found out that there are about 17,000 Facebook accounts for people in Portsmouth.
In Portsmouth alone.
In Portsmouth alone. And we said, well, you know, we have to attach with those people that are using that media. So now we have a Facebook page, and we're working that.
Well, I know you've also been instrumental in trying to get the town to upgrade its website. How important is a town website, do you think, for economic development?
Well, as a matter of fact, we did one of our surveys that looked at how valuable a town website was, and well over half of the people said it was exceptionally important. There were a very small amount of people that said, I still want to go to town hall and get my paperwork, but a vast amount of people would like to have as much of their information done online as possible.
I think that's certainly the trend. Do you have any other thoughts before we leave you, Rich, and on how your tenure has been at the PEDC and how you think the future is stacking up?
Well, I've really enjoyed being chairman. It's a tough job because, you know, you always have, you know, people that are second guessing you and things like that. But I think that our committee has always taken a balanced approach. We've always wanted to give people a full range of information on the subject so they can make an informed decision. It's hard in economic times. It's very hard coming up with ways to revitalize the economy. But I think we have the people who are energetic, want to contribute, and I think we're making an impact.
But you'd also always like to see more people come in and get involved.
Absolutely. You know, we have a hard-working team of people. Anybody can serve on our subcommittees. They don't have to be a member. We have a couple people that are actually serving on subcommittees that aren't members. You don't have to be a member to do that. Anybody can help us out. We need all kinds of help to help us out with our hard job of trying to come up with answers for us to get through these hard economic times.
Okay, well, I'm Doug Smith again. We're doing a video series about the Portsmouth Economic Development Committee, and It's the Economy is the name of the series. I've just spoken with Rich Talipsky, the chairman of the PEDC. We'll be talking about more people in some future sessions. Thank you very much.